Oil is on the boil. You've seen consumers up in arms about having to pay through the roof for petrol and diesel. The opposition using this opportunity to hit back at the Modi government as well. And here's the latest that we are picking up. Dharmendra Pradhan, who was earlier in Dubai, then on reaching New Delhi, had to be rushed to Karnataka for the elections, and then was in Orissa at his constituency, is finally touching down in New Delhi today. And he will be meeting the top bosses of oil companies at 6:30 p.m. today on an agenda which has been described as pricing. But we do understand, and according to our sources, the point of this entire meeting is to discuss if it's possible to press on the brake when it comes to price hikes. So you had a hiatus for 19 days when you didn't see a single paise of revision in the run-up to the Karnataka elections. As soon as the state elections ended, the oil companies took their feet off the brakes and have been hiking prices every day, and now you've got petrol and diesel at lifetime highs. And that's what is going to be discussed in all likelihood today, the possibility of pressing the pause button when it comes to price hikes. Now, it's no secret that the Oil Ministry and the Dharmendra Pradhan have been pressing for fiscal concessions and wouldn't mind an excise duty cut as well to protect the consumer. Of course, they can only make the suggestion. The final decision has to rest with the finance minister as well as the prime minister's office in all likelihood. But we do understand that once again, the oil ministry is making case for fiscal concessions. While there's all this talk of why shouldn't petrol and diesel be under GST, the fact is, in the short term, that's not feasible. It has to be approved by the GST Council. Will the states give up the power anytime soon? So you have to look for other solutions as well. And that's why we understand the Prime Minister's office, the oil minister, are likely to ask the BJP-ruled states to cut state levies. You've got 21 states in this country ruled by the BJP, and they may be asked to take a lead to cut down VAT, to cut down state levies to protect the consumer. Ruchi Bhatia, who tracks finance ministry so very closely, joining us, as is Rituparna Nath, who is stationed at the oil ministry at Shastri Bhavan. Ritu, very quickly, a crucial meeting today at 6:30 p.m.
So yeah, the leader, Dharmendra Pradhan has just come back to Delhi, and he's going to meet the CMDs of all the oil marketing companies as well as the CMD of ONGC is also expected to attend this meeting. And according to the agenda says the meeting is on fuel pricing, and this meeting will be held in his office at 6:30 p.m. today. And from what we understand, he's likely to. He has also said that the steep hike in fuel prices is something that is hurting in the consumers, and he has spoken about putting out options on the table to bring some relief to the consumers. So likely he is going to discuss bringing about some relief for the consumers. And also there are concerns that upstreams might now be might be asked to share a subsidy burden with the government, which as oil prices are going high. So we will be keeping a close watch on what this meeting is about, and we will see what turns out after the meeting. And he's also appealed to the states to cut down VAT, which only 4 states have done as of yet. And so we have to keep a close watch. And he's also been pushing for bringing petrol and diesel under the ambit of GST, which has not happened as of yet. And we had the Niti Aayog Vice Chairman Rajesh Kumar telling us that the time is completely ripe for a fiscal duty, excise duty cut, and it will not cause a fiscal imbalance, although the North Bloc has been in a wait-and-watch mode despite crude hovering over the $80 mark. So we have to keep a close watch on what this meeting is about, and we will get to know about it.
Right, Rituparna, we'll wait for more details coming from there. Ruchi, can you give some perspective on this from the finance ministry side? What are you picking up? What is the sense you get? Recently, news flow suggests that the finance ministry is not looking to cut excise.
One thing is very clear that at this point of time, there are only a handful of options that are available with the government. One of them is excise duty cut, and there is a lot of clamor for that. But one must remember at this point of time that the fiscal considerations weigh far heavier than the government's ability to provide some sort of a relief through an excise duty cut. And we at EP now are given to understand that finance ministry officials, the oil ministry officials, are likely to apprise the Prime Minister's office on the high global crude oil prices and the impact that it will have on India very soon. In fact, remember, Prime Minister Modi is back from Sochi in Russia, and he is very well aware of the kind of situation that is emerging with the OMCs hiking prices continuously, and the impact that it is having on consumers and of course on inflation. And one has to take into account that there is a lot of opposition outcry as well on a matter like this. We understand that currently the Oil Ministry and Finance Ministry are of different views with respect to providing relief solutions to consumers. Finance Ministry believes that, while excise is one of the options, they cannot really go ahead with it because the crude oil price trajectory is quite unpredictable. It's better to be in a wait and watch mode for now. And also, if the excise duty is cut now, then there will be no relief mechanism that will be left with them in order to provide any, relief or cushion the blow for consumers. So one has to take into account that the ball will have to be now put in the court of the state, and probably the BJP ruled 21 states will be the first ones where the government will push them and seek some sort of a relief.
We will wait for more details on this and how things pan out. Today, of course, is the likely meeting, and let's see what happens.